So for the last couple of weeks, we've been working on the hips a lot. I'm aware of that, and I love working on the hips, but I figured we should give some attention to the upper body this week since we spent so much time with the lower body over the last couple of weeks. So this will be like an upper back, neck, and shoulders class. Of course, we'll still get into the hips and stuff. It'll still be a well-rounded yogic experience, but we're going to give some attention to any tension that you might be holding in your shoulders, in your neck, in your head, and in your upper spine in general. So hopefully that sounds good to you. And yeah, let's go ahead and begin. Sit comfortably, however that looks for you. You can be cross-legged if you'd like to. You can extend one leg or both legs. Um, make yourself comfortable. And sitting as tall as you can. And before we start to center, we're just going to do just slight movement with the shoulders, just to start to get warmed up a little bit, okay? So go ahead and shrug both shoulders forward. You can bring your hands in front of you, and basically you're widening the shoulder blades of the upper back as the shoulders themselves work toward one another in front of you. Let's take a couple of breaths. One more breath for now. And then go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze them up as much as you can. Let's take some deep breaths. It feels weird, but deep breaths. Good. And then shrug your shoulders backwards. Bring the shoulder blades together behind you. Feel the chest opening up. Take deep breaths. Good. Then shrug your shoulders up again. And then relax your shoulders straight down. That might feel different than it did a few moments ago. Allow your eyes to close. Let's tune into that sensation just a little bit deeper. Just that awareness in and around the shoulders, the neck, the upper back. And begin to allow your breath to be deeper, fuller, expanding up into the chest and ribs as you inhale, and relaxing as you exhale. And see if you can draw that breath up into your upper back, up into the chest intentionally. And you might find that just through breathing alone, we can bring some space and relief to this region of your body. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, relaxing. And we'll do that just a few more times. Good. One more time. Good. And taking a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin and just honor yourself however you're feeling in this moment, in your body, in your breath, your energy, your mind, and allowing this practice to be in service of that. So go ahead and rub the palms together and take the heated palms over your eyes, brushing back over the top of your head, down your neck, and bring yourself back to the room. And we'll come on to hands and knees to start, table pose. If you'd like to, you can bring a blanket, folded blanket underneath your knees if you have one handy. I recommend having a blanket around when I'm doing yoga, if possible. Okay, table pose, hands underneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips or slightly further back. Inhale, look forward with the heart, feel the tailbone lift, and exhale, round the back, tucking the chin and tailbone under. Inhale, look forward again, And exhale, round the back. Moving with your breath. So inhale, look forward, exhale, round. We'll do a few more before we make this movement a bit more dynamic. Good, one more time. Exhale, around the back. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back up to hands and knees. Exhale, seat to the heels, forehead to the floor, child's pose. Inhale, come back up. Let's keep moving. On your breath, exhale to child's pose. Inhale to hands and knees, heart looking forward. Just warming up your spine here, mostly. A little bit of movement in the shoulders and in the hips as well. And we're also starting to link our breath and the movement, so your action and your intention. Pretty good thing to have synced up. Good, making this just a hair more dynamic. Inhale up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under and lift the hips into the air, downward facing dog. Inhale, float gently back down onto fours, hands and knees. Release the feet. Exhale, child's pose. Good. Again, inhale to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, float back down onto hands and knees gently. And exhale, child's pose. So we'll continue moving between these three postures. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog or child's pose, alternating between the two. And you're moving as long as you're breathing. You're breathing as long as you're moving. Full length of the breath to transition from one posture to the next. So I'm just warming up the body here. This movement between these three postures is great for warming up the legs, the lower back, a little bit of core as you lift yourself into downward facing dog. There's some extension in the spine, the sides of the body. And for that reason, we'll do just a few more rounds. And you can move as quickly or slowly as you feel called to tonight. Just getting nice and warmed up. And then take your time getting there. But as you land in child's pose this time, go ahead and stay. Take your time getting there. Seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor. In feeling your hips ground toward your heels, please walk your hands off of the left side of your yoga mat. Hands walking off to the left, really reaching through the right hand or arm as much as you can, and really feeling the right hip ground toward its heel. So you'll feel some big length on the right side of your body. Take some deep breaths. Good. And then inhale, walk your hands back to center. And then go ahead and walk the hands off the right side of your yoga mat, arcing to the right as much as you can, reaching through the left hand and arm, and allowing the left heel to sink toward its hip so you feel that big length along the left side of the body. Again, deep breaths. Good. With your next inhale, come back to center. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to stay in down dog for just a few breaths, and I'd like you to really feel length in your spine here. Definitely the legs can work a bit if you'd like to, pedaling the feet or walking the dog as we call it, reaching one heel to the floor, bending the opposite knee. But as you do so, keep the back relatively flat or neutral. No excessive rounding. And again, we're just getting started. This doesn't have to be your best down dog. Good. With your inhale, float down onto hands and knees again, and exhale, child's pose. Good. Inhale back up to hands and knees. All right, so look at the camera, or the screen, I should say, for a moment. I'll quickly demonstrate this next practice, which for this one, we can go slowly, we can go quickly. I'll show it to you and you can decide. First thing I'll do is I'll curl the toes under, and I'll go back to like a half child. And then with an inhale, I'm gonna come up, bend my elbows in toward my waist, and do a chest press. Bringing my chest toward the floor between the thumbs, and then push back up and go back. And so that's very slow motion. It can be as quickly as a pounce if you'd like it to. Now I'm going pretty far when I bend my elbows and drop my chest down. You don't have to go that far if that just makes you collapse. Instead, you'll just bend the elbows enough so that you engage the arms and then push back up. So you don't have to do a deep pounce. Okay, when we're ready, go ahead and come up, pounce, push back up, half child. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Keep going at your own pace. Again, this can go slowly. This can go quickly. You can do deep presses. You can do short presses. Stick with your practice, whatever that looks like for you tonight. This is helping to pump some blood into the shoulders, into the arms, which will come in handy as we move some of that tension out of them later. It's also strengthening your arms. And it's kind of rhythmic with your belly, actually, as you go back to that half child and you come back up. You can have this maybe sometimes soothing quality to your nervous system. Let's do a few more. 2. Last one. Go for it. Push up and child's pose. Take your arms down by your side. Palms face up, forehead toward the floor. Take a breath or two. Good. So connected to the breath, aware of the inhale and exhale. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees, and reach the arms overhead, hero's pose. As you exhale, go ahead and sweep back down into folded child. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side again, lift up onto the knees, reach the arms overhead, hero's pose. Exhale, releasing down. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, reaching up, heart looking toward the ceiling. Exhale, folding down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, 2 more. Good, inhale, come up into the pose and stay. I'll turn toward you. You can stay where you're at. Interlace the fingers and press the palms away from you, reaching through the wrists. Reach through the wrists, open the heart toward the ceiling. At the same time, feel your navel pull back toward your spine and tuck your tail under slightly so you're protecting your lower back. And so this is really mostly a back bend in the upper back, lower back staying fairly neutral. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, sweep the arms down, fold into child. Good, taking a few breaths here, feeling sensation that we've cultivated in the body so far. And then with your next inhale, please come back up to hands and knees. Sorry, I forgot to tell you to bring your hands forward first, but do come back up to hands and knees as you're ready. And we'll work with gate pose. So I've turned to face you so you can see what's happening in my body, but you can keep facing the way that you're facing. And step your left foot out to the side, flattening that foot to the floor. Now the leg itself is in line with both hip bones, so straight out from the hip, not too far forward, not too far back. And then bring your right hand directly underneath your chin. So left leg out, right hand under the chin. Take your left arm out to the side as well, palm face down. Inhale here. With your exhale, sweep the left arm into the air, coming into gate pose. Inhale, come halfway out. Exhale, swing back into gate. Inhale, come halfway out. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. This time we will hold the pose. Sweep it into the air. Dropping that left shoulder back behind you. And if it's comfortable for you, look at the hand in the air. If that's not comfortable for you, you can look straight forward or even down toward the floor. No need to strain the neck here. Good. With an inhale, go ahead and carefully unwind. Both hands on the ground. Step your left knee in and step your right foot out. Again, the foot is grounding flat to the floor. The leg itself is in line with both hip bones, not too far back, not too far forward. And then bring your left hand this time underneath your chin. Left hand under the chin, right arm out to the side, palm face down. Stay for the inhale. With your exhale, sweep the right arm into the air, gate pose. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, unwind. Exhale. Inhale, unwind 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And let's stay this time, sweeping into the pose. Drop your right shoulder back behind you. And again, if it's comfortable, you can look up toward the ceiling. But if not, it's okay to look forward. It's okay to look down. Breathe. Good. With an inhale, carefully unwind. Bring both hands back to the floor and step the right knee back in. And then curling the toes under, let's come into downward facing dog. Lifting the hips back into the air. Taking an adjusting breath here. And then from here, please walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into the standing forward fold. Now bend both knees a little bit more than you're used to here, really to allow the upper body to drape over the legs. Relax the head, the shoulders, the arms. And notice where you're resting the weight of your body in your feet. If it's more toward the heels, just lean forward a little bit into the balls of the feet, and you'll take more of the stretch into your hamstrings, the back of the legs, and maybe even into your lower back. Keep the neck relaxed. Good. Inhale, press palms to shins, come halfway up. Chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back. Come all the way up to standing, reaching the arms overhead. And then exhale, palms to your heart. Feel sensation for a moment, what's happening in the body. Aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale. Good. You made it to standing. Congratulations. If you need a drink of water, go ahead and take one now. And then we'll move through a chair pose warm up. Okay, so some of you have done this before, but it's always fun to do, I think. I'll do the side facing. So stack the feet underneath your hips, and bring your palms to your heart. Find your breath because we'll move on the flow of your breath. And with your next inhale, sweep your palms down, back, and up, heart looking up. Exhale, bend both knees, drop your body, sweep the arms behind you, chair prep. Keep the knees bent as you lift the arms forward and up, chair pose, and stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, reaching up. Hinge at the hips, swan dive, exhale, fold forward and down. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side of the flat back, rise all the way to standing, and bring your palms back to your heart. So we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back and up. Exhale, bend both knees, sweep the arms behind you, chair prep, chair pose, inhale, sweeping the arms up, and stay for your exhalation. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach, and exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up, heart parallel to the floor, and exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale, and exhale, palms to the heart. Let's keep this moving. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Stay. Lift and fold. Halfway up, palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, and palms to the heart. Again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, chair prep, chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway and down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, and palms to the heart. Let's do one more for fun. Sweep the arms down, back, and up. Inhale. Exhale, chair prep, chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway rise and down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. Inhale. And palms to your heart. Good. Getting a little bit of heart movement in here. Deep breaths in and out. Good. Doing a little bit more for your shoulders now. I promise you some shoulder opening. You guys know this one, or many of you do, I should say. Go ahead and lift your left arm into the air and drop the hand behind your head. Good. And lift up with the right hand, grab the left elbow and traction it toward the center line of your body, so toward the spine. Now this hand back here that's kind of just floating and not really doing much, draw that hand toward your spine, which might cause your chest to collapse. If that happens, lift the chest. Good. You might feel some pressure in your shoulder joint, the left shoulder joint, and I want you to breathe with it. One of my favorite things, philosophically anyway, about yoga is that sometimes it teaches us the difference between discomfort and danger. Because sometimes when we're uncomfortable, we just want to run from it, but we're not in any danger. And it triggers us into our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight response, when we really don't need to. So in yoga, when we find ourselves in uncomfortable postures, which we sometimes do, we can choose to regulate our nervous system instead of running from the discomfort itself, because we know that there's not really any danger here. There's nothing to run from. There's no tiger waiting in the bushes, as some people like to use as an analogy sometimes. It's just discomfort. It's not our favorite thing. But the longer, especially for this posture, the longer we stay, the bigger the release in the shoulder joint is going to be. Breathe. Good. One more breath. And then carefully release that left arm. Feel sensation in the shoulder girdle, the tingling in the arm and hand as circulation returns to it more in full. And there just might be a stark difference between the sensation in your left shoulder and the sensation in your right. We don't have to qualify that as good or bad because it might be a mix of awkward sensation with like relief. Maybe that discomfort is still working its way out. Good. Now we have to do the other side. And before we do the other side, note that there are asymmetries in the body. So one side is usually easier or harder than the other. If the arm that is bending behind you, if that's your dominant arm, you can bet it's going to be a bit harder because the muscles on that arm are usually a bit more developed. So let's give that a try. Right arm up. Exhale, drop the hand behind your head. Reach up and grab the elbow and traction it toward the center line of your body. Now again, that hand that's floating back here, bring it toward your spine and then lift your heart. Can you breathe? I gave my whole spiel about discomfort on the other side. So for this one, we just kind of have to suffer in silence, breathe in silence, or be with the discomfort, as I mentioned before. Aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale. I was talking so much on the first side that it feels like we're holding this side for a long time, but trust me, we're hitting about the even point. So let's do 2 more breaths. Keep the heart lifting. 1 more breath. And then carefully release that right arm. And again, be tuned in to sensation. The shoulder, the arm, the hand. And you can roll the shoulders around a little bit if you need to. All right. Some more for the shoulders. All right. So go ahead and take the arms out to the side and pick which one is your left and right hand. And then take your arms forward, right hand over left, right over left, and then continue across and give yourself a hug, holding on to your shoulders. And then just see if you can kind of scooch the fingers even further across. So you're holding as far around the shoulders as you can. Okay? Doesn't have to be as far as mine. Good. Now from here, I'll turn side face. From here, you're going to lift the elbows and you're going to breathe. Feeling the shoulder blades widen behind you. Lift the elbows. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more breath here. And then go ahead and drop the elbows down and then release the arms. You might feel something in the shoulders here. You might not be sure what you feel, but you feel something or aware of it. Good. So we did right over left last time. Now we're going to do left over right. So taking the arms out to the side, sweep the arms forward, make sure left is over right, and then reach across and give yourself a hug, holding onto the shoulders. Good. And then inch further into that hug as much as you can. You deserve it. Good. And then same practice here. So holding onto the shoulders, lift the elbows as high as you can, and breathe. Feeling the shoulder blades widen behind your back. And take deep, deep breaths here. Keep lifting the elbows, 2 more breaths. And then exhale, release the elbows down, release the arms, and feel sensation in the shoulders, upper back. And that last one tends to crunch the shoulders forward. So we're gonna do one more quick exercise just to help bring the shoulders back, okay? So interlace your fingers behind your back and then shrug the shoulders back powerfully. And if you can, just lift the arms off the back as far as you can. We'll take about 3 to 4 deep breaths into your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. Good, then release the hands, shoulders to neutral. Good, now we got nice open shoulders and we can move into our sun salutation with a little bit more freedom in the arms. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat if you're not there already. If you need a drink of water before we start moving, go ahead and take one. All right, this is a short intermission, just a drink. So feet stacking underneath the hips, bring your palms to your heart. We're gonna use that chair flow that we did earlier as our intro, okay? So you know it already. With your inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose, and stay for your exhalation. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. And exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. And then exhale, release down and step your right foot way back. Bring the back foot flat to the floor, back toes pointing forward about 45 degrees, and then bend your front knee, prepping for warrior one. And then with your inhale, sweep the arms forward, peel the chest away from the thigh, and come up into warrior one. Let's stay for a breath or two. Make sure the back foot is flat on the floor and the hips are squaring forward, both hip bones pointing toward the front of your mat. Good. Inhale, straighten the left knee. Think about hinging from the hips, and exhale, lead with the heart as you fold over the left leg. Stay for the inhale. Then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, and bring your hands down by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees, reach the arms overhead, hero's pose. And exhale, go ahead and fold back down. Bring your hands forward. Inhale, come up to hands and knees, and step your right foot between your hands. Okay? Curl the back toes under and bring the back foot flat to the floor, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees. Nice bend of the front knee, prepping for warrior one. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, stay. Just a couple of breaths this first round, just getting into the pose. Back foot is flat on the floor. Both ilium or hip bones are pointing toward the front of your mat. And you're breathing. Good. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Think about hinging from the hips. Lead with the heart. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, step the back foot forward. Standing forward fold. Palms to shins, come halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up to standing inhalation. Exhale, palms to the heart. Good. So the next couple of rounds will be a little bit quicker. So inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose, and stay for the exhale. Lift on inhale. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release. This time, step your left foot back. Back foot flat on the floor, bend the front knee. Warrior one, inhale, come on up. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, straighten the right knee. And exhale, fold over that leg. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, hands and knees gently. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your side. Sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, folding back down and take the hands forward. Inhale up to hands and knees and step your left foot between the hands. Curl the back toes under and bring the right foot flat to the floor as you straighten the back leg. Bend the front knee. Inhale, warrior one. Staying for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the left leg and exhale, fold over it. Stay for the inhale and exhale, step the right foot forward. Palms to shins halfway up and exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale, and exhale, palms to the heart. Let's keep this energy moving. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, chair prep, chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway up. Right foot steps back, back foot flat on the floor. Bend the front knee. Warrior one, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the left leg, and exhale, fold over it. Deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Hands and knees. Child's pose. Exhale, arms by your side. Hero's pose. Sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold back down. Take the hands forward and come up to hands and knees and step the right foot forward this time. Back foot flat to the floor. Straighten the back leg. Inhale, warrior one. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Exhale, fold over it. Deep breath in. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. Keeping it going. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Lift with your inhale. Fold with your exhale. Halfway. And then step the left foot back. Back foot flat on the floor. Warrior one. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Exhale, fold over it. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Hands and knees to child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Hero's pose, lifting up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Take the hands forward. Come on up, hands and knees. Step the left foot forward this time. Back foot flat on the floor, prepping for warrior one. Come on up. Good. Inhale, straighten the left leg, and exhale, fold over it. Deep breath in, and step the right foot forward. Palms to shins, and exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, and palms to the heart. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, sweep up, chair prep, chair pose. Lift, and fold. Halfway, and right leg. Back foot flat. Come on up, warrior. Lift, and fold. Inhale, downward facing dog. Hands and knees to child's pose. Inhale, then exhale, arms by your side. Hero's pose. Come on up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Take the hands forward. Come up to hands and knees. Take the right foot forward. Back foot flat. Warrior one. When you're ready, come on up. Straighten the right knee and fold over it. Deep breath in and step the left foot forward. Palms to shins and release. Sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Inhale. Palms to heart. Exhale. We're going to do 1 more round. And we're going to add some variations. So inhale, come on up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Good, lift. And fold. Palms to shins. And then step the left foot back. Back foot flat on the floor. Come up for warrior. And here we'll do some of those variations I promised you. So take the arms out to the side and then sweep your left hand over right, then reach across and grab your shoulders. So just like the exercise we did earlier. Keep the front knee bending as much as you can, and then lift the elbows. And breathe. You can think about turning your heart toward the ceiling. Two more breaths. Good. Keep the front knee bending. Drop the elbows. Sweep the arms down. Inhale, lift the arms up, then straighten the right leg. Good. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold over the right leg. And let's stay in this hamstring stretch for just a few breaths. The hamstrings being the back of your legs. The right leg in this case. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Hands and knees to child's pose. Inhale and exhale, arms by your side. Hero's pose, big one. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, fold. Take the hands forward, hands and knees, and step the left foot forward this time. Good. Back foot flat to the floor. Warrior one. When you're ready, come on up. Good. And we're going to hang out again. So take the arms out to the side. Take your right hand over your left, and then reach across and grab your shoulders. Inch as far across as you can, and then lift the elbows as you bend the knee. Breathe. Keep bending the left knee. Stay for two more breaths. And exhale, drop the elbows. Keep the front knee bending. Sweep the arms down. And then inhale, lift the arms up, straighten the left leg. Exhale, fold over the left leg. And again, let's hang out for a few breaths. Feeling length in the back of your left leg. All right. When you're ready, please step your right foot forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up to standing. And then bring your palms to your heart. Taking a few breaths, just feel sensation maybe around the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Maybe you're feeling something in your lower back or your hips from that warrior work. And then there's your mind's relationship to all of that sensation you can be aware of. All right. So we're going to do one more standing posture, and then we're going to bring some energy back down to the ground, okay? So go ahead and take your hands onto your hips. You're trying to be sassy. And then work your elbows together behind you. So they're coming together, like wings moving toward one another. Good. What this helps to do is make sure that you're lifting through your chest to the heart. Shoulder blades squeezing toward one another. Heart is lifting. And it's tempting here to thrust your head back. Actually, keep the chin kind of dropping a little bit. Feet stacking underneath your hips. Go ahead and bend your knees, coming into chair pose. Inhale, straighten the legs. And then this time we'll stay. Exhale, sink on in, knowing that we're going to be here. Elbows working toward one another. Heart is lifting. Breath is breathing. And focus your eyes to a single non-moving point in front of you and just breathe with that point. Aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale. Heart is opening. Again, shoulder blades keep working toward one another. We'll stay for about 3 breaths more. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. And then exhale like a waterfall, just fold over the legs, standing forward, fold. Good. Take your time. From here, go ahead and step into downward facing dog. And then inhale, float down onto hands and knees. And then exhale, child's pose. Taking a deeper breath. Go ahead and roll yourself up to a seat and look at the screen for a moment. I'll demonstrate this next exercise. So some of you have done this with me before. It's rabbit pose, but I'm going to walk through it because there's, as lovely as this posture is, there's something I do not want you to do in it, and I have to demonstrate it for that reason. We start in child's pose, and I'll do this the best I can with a headset on. We'll work it out together. So in child's pose, I'm going to bring my hairline or the top of the forehead to the floor, and then relax the arms and shoulders. And I'm not going to effort in the shoulders and arms as much. It's more of a lifting and lowering the hips, and the head stays on the ground the whole time. So with the head on the ground, I'll go ahead and lift the hips and rock to the crown of the head. And then exhale, bring the hips back down, rocking back to that top of the forehead or hairline. And then rock forward and rock back. And we'll just keep going. And what I don't want you to do, and I won't even demonstrate it, is that when you get to the crown of the head, when you rock to that point, stop there. Don't go any further. If you start to rock toward the back of that head here, if you start to go really far forward, trust me, it'll feel great right now, but you're going to not be able to turn your head tomorrow, and that's not good news for anyone. Okay? So just from the hairline to the top of the head, it's not far, but it's effective. Ready? Come on into child's pose. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. And again, the hairline or top of the forehead to the ground. And then keeping the head on the floor, lift the hips and rock to the crown. And then release the hips, rocking back to the top of the forehead. And then just on your breath, inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Please continue. Massaging the crown of the head into the floor. And what this exercise is really helping to do, besides many things, is helping to release tension at the occipital region of the neck. So it's up where the spine connects to the skull. If you're a jaw clencher, or if you just tend to hold tension in your neck, This is a great practice for you. It really helps to coax that tension out of the neck. This rhythmic rocking on the head can be really grounding, maybe even soothing. So I'm going to give you an option here. If you'd like to keep moving in and out like this because you're really vibing with it and it's just really feeling great, keep going. If you'd like to stop at the top of the head, you can do so as well. If you're not sure, try both and then pick which feels best. Just a few more breaths. And then with your next exhale, we'll all come into child's pose and stay. And just feel sensation. Take a deep breath in and out. And then walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. And we'll transition from here onto our backs for about 2 or 3 more practices just to help us counterpose from some of the work we've done today. Okay, so let's come to lie down. Coming onto your back. And once you get there, bring your feet flat to the floor, heels underneath your knees, and the feet are about hip distance apart to the width of your hips. Your arms can stay down by your side for this. With your inhale, lift the hips into the air, reach your pelvis toward the ceiling, and then exhale, release the hips on down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the hips up, bridge pose, and exhale, release down again. Let's do 2 more. And on this next round, lifting the hips up, let's go ahead and stay and breathe. Soften your throat. Deep breath in. And exhale, release the hips on down. Good. Let's bring the knees into your chest. Hug them in. And then keep the knees drawn in. Take your arms out to the side, making a T shape with your body. If there's furniture nearby and you can't do that, just do goalpost arms or cactus arms. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then with your exhale, allow your knees to fall to your right side. And as the knees relax to that side, feel your left shoulder anchor back behind you. You might even be able to turn your chin to the left if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't, then just look straight up. Last adjustment here, if you'd like, is that the right hand, if you want to, you can place it gently on top of the left thigh or knee, not forcing the twist, but just, adding a little bit of weight to that leg, keeping you in the twist. Let's take some deep breaths here. All right, with your next inhale, carefully bring the knees back to center. And then let's do the other side. So the knees will go to the left this time. Relax them there. Feel your right shoulder anchor. You can turn your chin to the right if that's comfortable. And your left hand can be placed gently on top of the right thigh or knee, just encouraging, not forcing this spinal twist. Deep breaths. And then with your inhalation, come back to center. And hug both knees in. And just take a few breaths, drawing the knees in toward your chest, the thighs in toward your belly. And then when you feel complete in this posture, you feel all done with it, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor. And allow the toes to fall outward. Your arms by your side, palms face up. Your jaw relaxed, and your eyes soft as they close. And though there might be sensation elsewhere, become aware of sensation in and around your neck and shoulders. And just notice if there's any residual tension being held there. And if there is, just see if you can consciously, without moving, just consciously relax that region or that point. You can imagine it softening. You could imagine that you're breathing to that point. And if that's not working, you can just set the intention in your mind that that part of your body is relaxing. You can even repeat it in your mind. This point in my body is relaxing. This point in my body is relaxing. And just continue to soften as your whole body now relaxes. peace, peace, peace. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath now. Make some gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs. And then gently roll to your right side. And then go ahead and come on up to a seat as you feel ready. And when you're there, please bring your palms to your heart and bow your chin. And just bowing in honor of all of that work you've done tonight, all that effort you put forth, physically, mentally, energetically. Just gratitude for that. And may all of that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.